Hi, it's Heather with the latest installment of RRatedReviews, and I want to show you an adhesive remover today that is actually saving me. I'm so tired. I'm removing the really cheap and tawdry subway tile that the previous owners put on half of the backsplash and then skipped underneath the microwave. This is the subway tile that they put in. It's a stick-on tile, and the reason I have it in a sheet is because when I went to pull it off, the laminate backsplash came with it, which is fine because now I can actually see the drywall here. This is where they stopped. They didn't do anywhere down there. But when I took it off, it was impossible. I had to use my trusty paint tool, which I use for everything, with a hammer to get the tiles themselves off. Once I got them off, I took a picture. I'll show you how bad the adhesive stuck. Initially, I sprayed it with, I sprayed it with Mr. Clean Freak after I tried scraping it myself, plain. And because this did get it wet, and it does have citrus in it. It actually helped a little bit. I'm like, why am I not? I have every kind of solvent you can imagine. So I'm like, I must have adhesive remover. And I did. So I went out to my shop. This is Henry Easy Release Adhesive Remover. When I purchased it, it was for the bathroom job I was doing in Syracuse for my friend after the London trip. And I needed to get some adhesive off the tile. And it worked. But I got mixed reviews when I read the reviews on it at Home Depot. Some people either loved it or hated it. So I bought it and it worked for me. And it's actually working really well now. I did not bother doing a test spot because I am using it on the laminate. I wasn't sure if it was going to eat it away. But to me, it didn't matter because I'm putting ceramic tile up. And if I needed to, I would just put back a board or something. So I've been putting it on a rag, just a little bit. I get the rag a little bit damp. And then, let me lower this. Okay, it didn't go any lower, so I put it on the floor and I raised it up. I have not put any adhesive remover on this side yet at all, but I have used it on this side. And this one spot has been pretty tough, so I'm going to show you that all I've been doing is just rubbing a little on it. And you can actually see that if you rub a small spot, it will actually take it right off. But these big, huge spots like this, I just kind of rub a little around, and then I move on to another spot like this one up here. So I'll show you the difference between using it and not. I'm using, I started out with my scraper, but now I'm using my Anvil razor scraper, the wide one. That might seem like a lot of work, and it kind of feels like it might be. But when I show you what it's like to get this stuff off without the adhesive remover, you'll see what a difference. Plus, it's hard to get into this spot. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a spot that doesn't have any adhesive remover on it. And you'll see how fucking hard it is to get this shit off. And then I'll do the same spot with it because I definitely love it. It does have some Mr. Clean Freak on it. And that's a spot that has some sort of silicone spot. They must have put the tile on after removing something else and didn't take the other adhesive off, so that's clear. And it's only coming off because the silicone stuff is coming off and taking the adhesive with it. So the Mr. Clean actually helps a little. But, this one, let me go over here. This is just the Mr. Clean. I'm not even going to add any more to the rag. I'll just use what's on here. And I'll just do this spot here. And this one. Now, it does work if you wait a couple of minutes, but even if you don't, it makes a pretty big difference quickly. I don't know what this is. See, this is clear. Ooh. I don't know what the hell they did. They obviously didn't prep the surface first. Here's another piece here. So this is after the Henry adhesive removers had been on there like 30 seconds. If you want, when it gets like this, you can pretty much just wipe it and it just comes off. This shit actually works. I'm still working really hard. Don't get me wrong. Still scraping like a motherfucker. But I'm not scraping nearly as much as I was when I first started. At one point, I thought about just getting like the foam sticky part off and then just putting thin set over it. I was going to Google if I could put thin set over it because I didn't think I was going to get it off. Once I sprayed it, the Mr. Clean actually helped. It's citrus and it's a cleaner and it's moist. But the Henry adhesive remover really made a world of difference. So I'm going to pour a little tiny bit more right on here. There we go, just a little bit. And then put it here. Oh, look, it's just taking that off. And I guess it seems to be safe on laminate because I've been using it and I haven't seen any damage to the laminate. So I'm going to let that sit for a few seconds. All right, so I'm going to say it's been like 15, maybe 15, 20 seconds for this side. And this has been sitting for a minute. Oh, yeah. So if you're patient and you just put some on and let it sit for a minute or two, you can do a lot less scraping than I was doing. And then it'll really just finish with a wipe up. I did not think I was getting all that off. I am almost back to the original laminate. And this is the tile. The copper tile I showed you guys. It's actually Spanish clay tile, but it's painted and made to look like copper. And it has like 5 different patterns. So I'm going to scatter them. And this is going to be my new backsplash with this tile mixed in. This one I didn't realize is also like 5 patterns. I like this one. I'm not thrilled with that one. I'm going to do the same thing around this sink as I did with the bathroom sink because I'm getting an undermount farm sink. You can't put an undermount sink with a laminate countertop because when the countertop gets cut over here, this whole section here, they don't make this to cover it and water seal it. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I did in the bathroom. I'm going to cut out the countertop over here, the width of that tile I just showed you, up this side and up this side and around the back once I take the sink out. I won't need it in the front because it's an apron front sink. But I'm going to put backer board, thin set, and then I'm going to lay these tiles around the sink like this, and they will be flush mount with the existing countertop around the back of the sink and up this side. And then these will also be scattered in, mixed with the copper backsplash tile. They're also going up here. When I take that cabinet out and when I take the microwave out, I have a hammered copper hood going in and then a hammered copper farm sink to match the hammered copper dishwasher, hence the copper tile. And I don't want to replace the entire countertop. It's a 14-foot countertop with a cooktop. I'm not spending that much more money. I'm going to make it look beautiful, and it's going to look like it was always that way, or it's going to be a unique design. And for anyone who didn't see the bathroom sink that I did, I will show it to you. I didn't want to replace the bathroom countertop. I painted the cabinet. I have to do another coat. These were dark brown. I put new knobs on. This is the bathroom shower tile that's going to go in. This is the subway tile that's going to go in the shower. I cut the countertop, put a piece of plywood, and then I put backer board, and I installed this tile here and the subway tile here, and it's flush mount with the countertop. The countertop actually cracked. I had to glue that. So to put a vessel sink in, and the vessel sink was to cover up the hole from this huge drop-in sink that was there that was ugly, because I wanted my pretty copper faucet, which is a bird, and the vessel sink. I'm also going to put the tile, a row of tile up there. Problem is, the tile is not, there's not enough room to put a tile and a quarter. It will look silly. But there's not enough for a subway tile either. I need pencil tile. And I believe that they make a pencil tile in the exact same aqua glass that the subway tile comes in. There will be room up here. Let me push this. Okay. See, there's a gap here and a gap at the top, but it's not enough for subway tile. But it is big enough for a pencil tile, at least on one side, if not both. So there'll be a row of tile at the top, which is going to help tie together the tile that's on the countertop with the subway tile that I put. And that is actually going to be all the shower tile when this comes out. And I did this so that I wouldn't have to replace the entire countertop. And it's just a unique look. I did this in my last house and I love it. And now I have to do a second coat on the cabinets, but they look pretty nice. And it looks fresh in here. It looks brighter and a little bit less like a turd house because it's not so fucking brown. These cabinets are also going to get painted. I believe they're not going to be white. I think I'm going to go with like a chalky, sort of a patinaed color. I want to keep in line with the colors that are in this tile and the copper. These are the copper pendants that I'm really starting to make. I got much better. I'll show you guys that in another video. The hammered copper shades I'm making are actually starting to come out pretty good. So this will be another day. I'm just getting prepped. I would definitely, if you ever have something that you need to remove, the Henry Easy Release Adhesive Remover worked really, really well. I want to say, if I remember, it was like 20 bucks, maybe 18 to 20 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark for that bottle. I think it's 32 ounces. And I used it on the tile. I cleaned it up really quick and it came out quick. So I have the whole bottle left and all I did was pour some on a rag. And now that those are sitting, that the rest of the adhesive is going to come right off and I'm back to square one. So questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll be back with a tile next.